I don't know what this thing's saying. Just finished putting the console back in the truck. Whole time I'm working on it, Greg's here, like with his head right here, breathing hot, moist air on my leg and on my toes, and then licking them because he wants in the truck. It about freaked me out. Here he comes. Here he comes to give me some of that sweet, sweet hot breath action. And whining, by the way, because he wants in here because he thinks we're going somewhere. Here is my shitty ass city dweller repair with I would call them drywall screws, but they're not. They're like fucking Amazon Marketplace special screws. It's not right. I wish it was. But some things happen, right? So this is I'm holding it in this direction so it pulled the plastic off here a little bit. This screw went into the bracket in there and exploded the bracket. That's when I learned that I had to drill the holes better and bigger. So I drilled the holes bigger for this guy and these two up here. It's up there. These two bit very well. That's nice. This one bit very well. Unfortunately, this one shattered the bracket on the inside. So, you know, it's better than it was, and you can't really even see it. So in order to fix this properly, what you would do now you'd have to buy the inside bracket in there, which was broken anyway. And you could put your little clippers on there. But anyway, that's better. I won't hear that going down the road. That's good. Okay, so now I can pull this out, which I'll do right now. And then we can move on to the next phase of, oh, gotta have the keys. Can I reach him from here? I can. Greg's here at the door. I open the door. He's here. Gotta put his head in the door. Okay. You'll hear my backup beeper going off because Greg will stand behind the car as I'm trying to back out. Let's see what happens here. Yep, hear it? There you go. That was Greg. He likes to walk right behind the car as you move. So, there we go. Didn't rip the mirror off. Notice how we didn't do that? Almost ripped it off on that thing. I didn't almost, but I'm just saying you can. Okay, so now I gotta put this back down here in front of the house. Not back here. Part of the reason why I drove that car through the yard right there is because this truck was sitting right here when I wanted to put it in there. So I couldn't back it up through here. I would have had to drive, you know, in front of the truck right through here to get in there. And it was raining and I was being lazy, so I was like, I'm not moving the truck, I'll just drive the car around the front side. See, these are all decisions that are made based on contingencies. All right, here we go. We got her out of the way, parked under the tree where the birds can shit all over it. Perfect. Now, I think my next thing that I'm gonna do, if I wait too long, it's gonna start to rain again. And then I'll be right back to square one on the car. But if I wait a little bit longer, then the ground will percolate a little bit more. And the car has more of a chance to come out of that hole. Very small chance, but there's a chance. So, but I think what I'm gonna do, oh, look here, we have a cat, we have a dog. I wonder what's gonna happen here. I did just feel a raindrop too, so that's awesome. Put the keys down there. This was my paint stick that I was going to prop. It's expandable. I was going to put that in the center console and prop the overhead console up with it when I glued it, but I decided to go away from the glue option. So I think what I'm going to do next is, oh, I should really get that car out of there before the rain hits again. Get in the house. I'm trying to let her in the door here. Apparently cats can't count, and she won't go in because she thinks he is in there. But she's looking at him, hissing at him, while I'm holding the door open for her to go in here. So I put my foot in her ass, and I didn't kick her, but I pushed her in, and she freaks out and runs through the kitchen like there's another dog in there. She's not a very bright cat. Oh, she's still here, waiting. She's waiting behind the door because she knew the dog was going to come. See, she's a drama queen. You know, she has a problem with Greg coming in the door, but yet she hangs out near the door, you know? Just cats, right? Also, you know, he kind of likes to pounce on her and scare her and shit. He doesn't do it so much anymore. She's fucked him up enough times, but... So I put her cat bed up here on this triangle thing that somebody thought was a good height for... I don't know what... They put a TV up there. I don't know, but maybe there's a TV under it. I put her little cat bed up there so she could, like, jump up there from the top of my amp or however. She wouldn't go up there. I put her up there, and she stayed up there all day meowing at me because she couldn't get down. I'm like, you're a cat. You can get down from there. See, now Greg, he wants to come back inside. Okay. All right, so lawnmower belt time versus pull the car out of the mud time versus try to pull the car out of the mud time. Let's go investigate the car mud situation while I have a sip of this beautiful coffee. So one of the things that can happen, everything's contingency, right? I also have to do my well solar panel. Don't have to, but I'd like to. That should happen today too. That'd be pretty fun. I use a water filter pitcher to fill my coffee maker now. So that means I don't use the carafe to get fresh water out of the sink. So that means sometimes there's still coffee in the carafe from yesterday, which means that sometimes I add water to it without checking the carafe, and then I make coffee and it overflows it and it goes everywhere. Wow, that's pretty deep in there. There's my foot on solid ground in the center of the wheel. Notice how there's nothing in front or back. This thing just sunk straight down. The ground feels hard-ish. The consistency of, let's say, pie crust. It gives, but it's there. I'm not gonna... See, I've got the strap, which is, you know, fucking 7 feet long. What do you say, Greg? Is the strap 7 feet long? Is my knee warm and moist? Greg, can you drive the truck? No? Okay, you just walk around and eat things? All I need to do is get it up out of that little hole right there. That's all, right? The hole that I dug. And then I can drive it out of here. That should happen. So I've got to come along. I don't know how much cable's in it, but I could hook it to... See, if I hook it to that tree, I'm going to rip the tree out of the ground. It's that tree too. If I hook it to the truck has to be back here somewhere. And I think if I use the truck as an anchor point, I think I can pull the car out. If I put the car in neutral, I can probably use the come along to just pull the car up out of that hole. I think that would work. I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Just park the truck there. See, this is nice and hard again, which is kind of disturbing because it was like pudding yesterday, the other day. Look, we're back to hard. That's crazy. Yeah, if I park the truck here, I can use the come along to pull it backwards in neutral and hopefully pull it up out of that hole. Probably not. We'll find out. That's what we're going to do. I've got that strap hooked to the lower A-arm of the rear suspension. There's the only place to hook onto that car. Nothing in the back. Nothing in the front. Apparently, you know, save time, save money. Don't give you a place to pull your car out of a hole. I guess you shouldn't have that car in a hole. And if it does go in a hole, you've done something horribly wrong and probably should call a tow service. Don't call your dad, because there's nothing to hook onto. Okay, keep cruising.